Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Company 119's The Coffee Cup. My name is Ryan Gilchrist, lead creative here with Company 119, and we can't wait to give you today's information. This is going to be really, really great. Everybody right now is so concerned with doing it for the gram. That's right, social media is such a huge part of your digital branding, but a lot of people are still really skeptical of it, number one, but also they're just not sure what to do to get more people to follow them on social media. It's a whole different world. It doesn't work like any other type of branding that we do, although there are some similarities that we'll talk about here that you might be used to with some of your basic SEO that you do on your website, but it is just kind of a different world, and sometimes it can be really intimidating for people to get into. So on Instagram, everybody talks about building up your followers. Today, we're going to talk about that, doing it for the gram, getting more followers on IG. Now, I will tell you that there's a couple of schools of thought with Instagram followers. If you're on Instagram right now, you might get some weird comments on pictures sometimes, or people that start following you that have nothing to do with your industry. They're from Berlin somewhere, and they are a model or something like that, and they start following you. You're like, what the heck is this? There are some people that have automated getting followers, commenting, posting, adding accounts to follow, things like that. Those aren't real accounts. Those are what we're calling ghost accounts. Although that can make your numbers look really good, when people start digging into your social media, they're going to find that those aren't real followers. You want to stay away from that. It really doesn't help you as much as you think. You would rather have a lot of interaction. You want to have a lot of people commenting on your pictures, liking your pictures, and saying relevant things. That's how you know that you're getting people that are really engaged with the content you're putting out on your social media. If it's a bunch of people that just say great pictures, or a bunch of people that say a thumbs up logo, for example, or icon, emoji, a lot of people get those ghost phantom comments like that, and they really don't mean anything. Anybody that's looking at your social media is going to know that that's not legit, and also you're not going to get any money from that. And if you want to use Instagram for business, that's the ultimate thing that you want to do. So let's look at how we could get some followers on Instagram. The first thing you want to do is follow the right hashtags. All right, the hashtags are very important. For those that don't know what a hashtag does, when you put a hashtag at the end of a comment on Instagram, people could actually search just for that hashtag. So if you've got a hashtag that's brand specific, that's awesome. If you've got enough people that want to follow that hashtag, like Nike Just Do It, hashtag Just Do It, you're going to see millions of Just Do It. Our friends at 7th Floor Clothing down in Akron have a hashtag Go Be Great, right? There's a lot of people that are following that hashtag. It's turning into a social movement rather than just advertising for their company. If you can get a hashtag to go viral, you're going to be money. That's the way that you want to get followers. But if not, you can also jump on what some other people are doing. If you go to Websta, Websta, Websta is a great application that can help you find some hashtags that work for you. You put in your basic keywords. Like I said, it's kind of like SEO a little bit. You put in your basic keywords, they're going to follow that. They're going to find you the top hashtags to follow. There's also good ones like Insta-like, Insta-good. That's always a good one. There's always some that are out there that people are going to follow no matter what. Like the hashtag happy is really, really good. If you've got a really uplifting campaign, hashtag happy might get you a ton of followers. You never know if your content is good. But just make sure that you're using the right hashtags, and then people can start following just to find you. You also want to develop a tag strategy. Now, this one I like a lot too. People think of hashtags as just kind of throwaway stuff, right? You want to develop a hashtag strategy. You can develop a core group of hashtags that are for your brand in general. If you're selling t-shirts, for example, t-shirts, Insta-Tee, men's fashion, that type of thing. Those are going to be hashtags that you're going to use for everything. But let's say you have a hoodie that's a one-off hoodie. You can put hashtag exclusive hoodie. That type. If it's a certain branding thing that you can associate with, you can use that in hashtags that are specific to just that product. And then you can also use geo-specific hashtags. So Cleveland, for example, Cleveland 216 CLE. This is CLE. Those types of things. If you really want to brand in one city in particular, by having that hierarchy of hashtags, there's some that you can keep, copy and paste, use them for every single post that you have, but then there's that next set of tiers that's going to be very specific for that particular post that helps to separate one from the next. Also, you want to filter wisely. Now, this is something we don't think about much when we hashtag. Sometimes we just put when we put stuff on IG, because we just put filters on that we think look really cool. Number one rule, do not over filter. When things start to look cartoonish, when things get distorted, when they don't look good, sometimes that can be very, very disturbing for people and they don't want to follow that image. Sometimes you can filter something up and make it look really cool. I'm not going to say don't ever do that, but be cognizant of the fact that not everybody likes those crazy filters, and make sure you pay attention to what filters you're having success with. If you always use a normal filter and then sometime use a different filter and a million people like your post, then maybe you should start paying attention to that filter, because it might have had something to do with the way that people are receiving your content. So here are the top filters. These are the filter champs. Believe it or not, look at what the number one is. Normal, no filter. No filter at all. That's the number one filter on Instagram, is no filter. Clarendon I've used a lot. Juno is great. Lark, Ludwig, all of those are really cool filters. Just don't put those on and then do a bunch of contrast and a bunch of tint and a bunch of hyper focus stuff on every picture. You don't need to do all that. If you're going to choose a filter, you can use the filter and then maybe some hyper focus or something like that. But don't go down the laundry list of filter applications to make it look different. Then you want to pick your time. Now, this is something a lot of people take for granted as well. The time of day that you post matters, and it might be different for you than other people in other industries. If you're doing something in music, entertainment, promotion, late at night, you might get a ton of people that interact with you. You might not get anybody before noon. On the other end, if you're a financial service industry, you might have people checking your Instagram at 8 o'clock in the morning to get an update. They might be in there right away. You need to look at when your particular posts are working and find out what's going to be the best time. There's an app called Iconosquare that does app analytics for social media. That is a really cool app to get some feedback on what you can do for your personal Instagram, Facebook. Pull the analytics out and give you a great time to do your posts. But you do want to make sure that you're paying attention to when you're posting. And then you want to pick off some users. Now, I like this one. What those virtual bots, those phantom accounts I was talking about, do is they just randomly pick people based on hashtags, send a bot in to comment on pictures and hope that people start following them back. It doesn't work at this point because it's fake and it's not genuine. However, if you can go in on your competition's pictures, find a picture that's got a ton of likes, go in and like and follow the people that are liking that post, and then go back into those people individually, find one of their pictures, and leave a personalized message for them. Hey, I really love this picture. I know that you're into blah, blah, blah. Why don't you check out my page? I'd love to have you as a follow. Something like that. Something that's genuine, something that's real, something where they know that you're not a bot. If you can do that, then you can start getting people that are similar things. They have similar interests as to what you're promoting on your site based on your competition. Nothing wrong with it. They're welcome to do it to you too. You can have mutual friends. You can have mutual followers. Nothing wrong with that. But you just want to get people through your door. So go down to your competition's pictures. Find people that like them. Let them know you want to be friends with them as well, and see if they'll come follow you. Get under the influence. I like this. Influencer marketing. That's one of the biggest things on IG, influencer marketing. Now, what this means is you find somebody that's got 20, 30,000 followers that get a ton of contact, a ton of interaction on their sites, and ask them if they'll endorse your product. Say, hey, listen, if I give you a free shirt, will you put a review up? Will you take a picture holding it? Will you say what you like about it? If I send you some shoes, will you take a look at those? Tell people what you like about that. You're probably going to have to pay for it. The average influencer post is somewhere around $20 to $50 for an influencer post. Obviously, famous people are a little different. They're probably going to have endorsements. They're going to want more money. Influencers can be the person down the street. These are just lay people that have a lot of followers that have the social media influence, but they're not necessarily looking for long-term endorsement deals. They'll say, hey, yeah, I'll talk about your product for $50. Now, the risk you run, number one, they might not do it. You might have an issue there. They might tell you they'll take your money and then you never see their post. Number two, they might not like what you send them. They might tell you, sure, absolutely, I'll make you look great. Then you send it to them and they say, oh, man, I don't like this at all. It's got to be somebody that you build some rapport with and have some trust with. But if you can get somebody with that big fan base to follow you, they like your product, they genuinely act like they're interested in it. Next thing you know, all of their support shifts over to you and you've got a nice fan base built off of that influencer marketing. And then also giveaways, add followers. This is a great way to do it. You see companies do this all the time. Give them a list of things to do. Hey, listen, add my page, tag your friend in my comments, make sure you're both following me, and I'm going to give away some shirts. If you do that, I'm going to do a shirt giveaway. You could win a free shirt. You could win a watch, whatever you're giving away. Doesn't even have to be your product per se. Let's say you've just got something else you want to give away. You get an extra Keurig for Christmas and you don't feel like taking it back to the store and you think it'd be a great promo item. Give it away. Why not? People are doing that all the time. Doesn't even have to be something for your brand. All you care about is having something that people want to follow you for, something that's worth it to them, to add some likes, promote your giveaway. See what happens with that. So there's some great tips. Actually, those all came from Shopify, by the way. They know a little something about followers and likes. So thank you to Shopify for putting that list out. Grow that IG, get that brand growing, and we hope that you just learn more about getting more Instagram followers before you finish your first cup of coffee than your competition will all day. Thanks for joining us.